Hello everyone, today we will talk about Sentinel values and how it correlates with the while loop in C++. So a Sentinel value is a value that is capable of canceling a loop through user input. So the user can simply reply with no or stop and the program will terminate. So let's begin here by um, coding our base. So and I will be including the string here because we'll be utilizing that later. Okay, well, now that we have our base, I can further along and explain this. So we'll begin by typing a string. Let's call the string decision. Yeah. And then we can count here. Hold on. Let me input my return to 0 here. Okay. So here what I'm doing is I'm gonna ask the user, would you like to continue? Or I should say, would you like to begin the loop? Yes or no? So you're asking the user a question. So we're gonna let them decide our value for decision. Okay. So after that's done, the user can reply with no or yes. Hopefully they reply with yes, but if they do, we need to begin our loop. So we can say while decision, or sorry, decision is not equal to no. We can say something like, would you like to continue the loop? And then from here, we could just repeat kind of what we were doing before and let the user input our value. Okay. And then we gotta close the loop here. Oh, sorry. See, it's important that you focus on your brackets as well. Make sure you don't forget those. Otherwise, your code would not execute. So while you have this, we could say something like, thanks for participating or something. Okay. So if they say yes, they will continue with the loop. And if they say no, then the loop would cancel out. If we didn't add this loop over here, then we would get stuck in an infinite loop. So we need to make sure to make this sign or sin as a false input. So as long as I don't write no, then we can go on forever with this loop as long as we input a true value. So we can also use integers, of course. And I will provide an example of that. So let's say int, let's just call it int and let's put number equal to 6. I'm gonna keep that thanks for participating for later. So here, so we can say as long as the user does not input the number 6, then we can continue the loop. So here's how you program that. We're gonna ask the user first to input a number. And then we let the user input whatever they want on here. And we can put bracket, or sorry, we can input while. We'll use our while loop again. As long as number does not equal to 6, we would execute the following. So we're gonna use sum. Now here's the thing with this. If you've seen my last video, we learned a little bit more about else and ifs. You could put a variable in here, but since we want our variable to be universal, we are gonna put it outside the bracket. So we're gonna say int sum, and let's make that equal to 0. That's our starting point. And so within this while loop, we could say something like sum plus or equal to number. Now, for those that don't understand what this plus or equals to means, or plus and equals to means, it essentially just means this. It's sum will equal to number plus sum. They're the same thing. This just makes it a little bit more convenient. So now we can just close the loop. Now, what the like I explained before, the plus equal means that we're adding the number input to our sum, but you could also say what I inputted last, which is number plus sum. Now, if we input something like 7, then the code would reevaluate in this while loop, and we could be in an infinite loop. So we ask the user to enter another value, and you could input it in here. You don't have to close it. So you could say count enter another value, please. I don't know what's up with my typing today. There we go. And you can say sign number, let them enter another value, and then you can close it off. And then from here, we could say something like the sum of your numbers is okay, there we go, is sum. So that will output the sum, and then you can just return back to 0. And then we can put thanks for participating right at the bottom. So we're gonna execute it, see what happens. So please input a number, and we're first gonna input something like 7. Enter another number, we're gonna input 8. And you see, here we're going on forever and forever. Pretty much, if you put 777, it keeps continuing. You can put any number you want. I can't see because of this thing is in the way. I can't move it, but y'all get the idea. As long as I don't input 6, it will continue the loop, and if I input 6, then it will give me the sum of the numbers. So the sum here will be 0 because that's not allowed. But I suppose you can put this in here. I suppose you could put that in there. That way it doesn't execute that whenever you input a 6. Thanks for participating. And if you were to input this, and this, it would give you the sum of those two numbers. And then it would just continue the loop for every time you input 2 numbers. It would give you the sum of those 2 numbers. So that's it for this video. Hopefully that is helpful for you along your C++ journey. And thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next video.